Imagine talking to someone and making eye contact. Suddenly you're highly aware they're looking right through you. How long do you hold it? Where do you look? You've felt this 1,000 times, but you've never had a name for it until today. Opia, the intense discomfort of holding eye contact. Your amygdala fires, your pupils dilate. Lock eyes, and the same neural pathways ignite as physical touch. That's why it feels so invasive. Because to your brain, it really is. Now you're stuck in gridlock. The car next to you, there's a person sitting inside. To you, they're just background extras in your life story. But then your brain suddenly realizes that stranger has a life as deep and vivid as yours. They have a family, secrets, regrets, dreams they've never shared with anyone. Right now, they're thinking of things you will never know. They're living an entire existence, and you'll never see even 1% of it. This sudden, overwhelming realization that every stranger is the main character of their own story. That's Sonder. And once you know the word, you can't stop noticing it. Chrysalism, you're home. Storm outside, rain drumming the windows. Thunder rolling in the distance. You're warm. You're safe watching the chaos from behind glass. There's this deeply peaceful feeling that comes from being sheltered while the world outside tears itself apart. Chrysalism, that womb-like peace of staying inside during a storm, experts think it's an evolutionary trait. For hundreds of thousands of years, finding shelter in a storm meant survival. Your brain rewards you with calm because you've done the exact thing keeping your ancestors alive. You're safe. The storm cannot touch you. L'appel de vide, the call of the void. Picture standing at the ledge of a cliff or tall building. You are not suicidal or even depressed. You're completely safe, yet then your brain whispers a question. What if you just jumped? Not because you want to, but because you could. This thought pops up out of nowhere, terrifying you. You step back, heart pounding fast, racing. What on earth was that? In 2012, a Florida State University study found that these intrusive thoughts are actually just your brain's hyperactive safety system misfiring when you're near danger. Your brain screams, do not jump. Seriously, do not do it. But imagining that danger to avoid it actually creates the thought itself. This call of the void isn't about wanting to jump. It is your brain making sure you stay safe. Jouska. It is 2 a.m. and you are lying awake in bed, having an argument with someone who is not there, your boss, your ex, or that driver who cut you off 3 weeks ago. You play out their replies, then imagine your perfect comeback. You win the argument, completely destroying them with logic. But here's the problem. This fake conversation will never happen. You're just practicing for nothing. Jouska is a completely hypothetical conversation you compulsively play out inside your head. Psychologists say it is your brain trying to prepare you for social conflict. But when you do this at 2 a.m. about some argument from 5 years ago, it stops being helpful. That is just your brain spinning in circles. Overthinking a fight that's already over or will never even begin. Semantic satiation. Say the word bowl. Repeat it. Bowl, bowl, bowl. Keep going. Bowl, bowl. Bowl, bowl. About 30 seconds and something snaps. The word stops being a word. It's just pure meaningless noise. Your mouth forms the shape, but your brain has detached it from the object. That's called semantic satiation. Just temporary meaning loss through repetition. Researchers believe it happens because the brain cells handling word recognition get too tired from firing over and over. They quit responding. The word sounds totally alien, and for a split second you forget what a bowl is. Canopsia. Imagine walking through a shopping mall at midnight, empty and silent, or a school hallway in summer. This space is built for crowds, noise, and movement, but now it's completely hollow. Something feels deeply unsettling about places that should be packed but aren't. Canopsia. The ghostly atmosphere of places that are normally bustling but now lie completely abandoned. Your brain craves patterns. When a familiar place suddenly violates those expectations, it instantly triggers low-level threat response. Something is off here. The layout is identical, but the lack of people makes it feel haunted. Inekdosh. Imagine being at dinner with friends. Someone is sharing a story. You are nodding, smiling, but you aren't really listening. You're just waiting for them to pause so you can share your own story. And you see it in their eyes too. They are doing the exact same thing. Nobody's listening. Everyone is just waiting for their chance to speak. Anecdote, a discussion where nobody is listening. Researcher Charles Derber calls this conversational narcissism. In modern discussions, we don't exchange thoughts. They compete for attention. It isn't a dialogue anymore. You're just taking turns performing. Monologues and everyone leaves feeling unheard. With monocopsis, you're at a party, everyone is laughing and you're smiling. You're playing along, but you feel like you're watching from outside your own body, like some alien pretending to be human. You just don't belong here. You've never fit in anywhere. Monocopsis, the quiet but constant feeling of being out of place. Psychologists link this to depersonalization and deep, chronic social disconnection. It is the epidemic nobody talks about. You could be surrounded by crowds and still feel completely alone. For millions of years, humanity survived because we could name threats, predators, fire cliffs. But we never developed words for those spaces between emotions, the spark of eye contact, the sudden awareness of other lives, that safety of storms. Your mind has been feeling these exact feelings your entire life. You just never had the words until now.